Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Oh. Saku, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Nikki, thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. I'm here. I'm here. Don't worry. I'm here. I'm here. Okay. Actually, the reason why I asked that is on the YouTube stream manager end, it says like error has occurred. Please, what does it say? An error occurred. Please try again later. So it's like, uh-oh, are we not live? It was just like a combination of the two, right? I saw a bunch of like, Grandpa Doko, in addition to the YouTube error. And it's like, oh, did I just not go live? Yeah. Moho, thank you very much for the gifted membership. Thank you, thank you. Okay, good morning, everybody. It is I, Vesper Noir, the resident scholar of the Adventures Guild Tempest and a member of HOLOSTARS English. And we're gonna do it might even be like under 2 hours. I think I wanna finish Fear 3 in one stream, so that might be like a 6-ish hour stream, 6 to 7 hours. So I do want to rest up, and then on top of that, I've got. I could just tell you. I'm starting on new recordings, music recordings. Actually, 2 of them. So I want to try to get one of them done. Oh, and a bit of an update, I guess, right? The cover that I promised you guys, was it in January or something? I think in January was when I finished recording most of it, and I was just like, thank you, it's coming, right? I think it's like, no promises, but I'll just give you like the current estimate, right? The current estimate is 3 weeks, I think. I think it should be about 3 weeks it should be done. The visuals are done. I thought it was just mixing, but apparently there's like 3 or 4 different stages. It's not just mixing. There's like tuning and something else, and then something else, and then it's mixing, and then you just slap it all together, and then it comes out, right? No, not 3 months, not 3 months. I apologize. I know. I'm the only member of HOLOSTARS that just like doesn't have any music to like show for it, but like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Anyway, what was I trying to talk about? Oh, we got new recordings that we're working on. Yeah. I'm trying some of my not bad tea, but like the cheaper tea, because I'm mixing it with honey. It's a long process, especially when you've never done it before. Yeah. It was an interesting, you know, I kind of want to talk about something new, but I have like, well, the thing that I wanted to talk about was freaking Loteria, man. I got like really shouty. That's like a shouty game, right? I don't know. When Haka was like, oh, it's like bingo, I was like, oh, you just shout at the very end. But no, man. I was shouting the entire way through. Is that normal? I think I legitimately have the soul of an old person if like bingo got me that turnt, right? Yo, bingo got me turned up. I wanted that brass Hakito, man. Your collab with Haka and the voice is amazing. You even won. I won a single game. It was good. My response and excitement. Birdleaf, thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you, thank you. Of course, the Haka spirit is loud and proud, right? It's my inner bingo. I had a question I wanted to ask during the stream, but I remember I just wanted to keep the vibes going instead of asking a question, but there was something I wanted to ask. I don't remember. Ghost, I most certainly did sleep. I completely passed out. I don't know when I went to sleep. When was the last time I tweeted? I tweeted like an abnormal amount yesterday, right? I think I was tweeting an abnormal amount, and that was from bed, and then I went to sleep. Yeah. What? An abnormal amount is like, as in like more than 0, except when I'm going live, right? His abnormal amount is the normal amount. Yo, Naurus. Good morning, good morning. Come here to do a hit and run hello, as I'll be playing Borrow Trauma with some boys. Ooh. Actually... I'll say no more of this. But I put in the request. I put in the request for these 3 games, right? Well, one of them should be okay, but I just need the old manager to check. Yeah. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done talking about permissions. I put in the request. You can't ask for more of me, right? I like... Yeah. World of Horror, which I heard is pretty good. Oh, the honey. It soothes me. It's good. Salty Boy, thank you very much for the super chat. Hello, hello. You guys looking damn fine today. Woo! Got the Riz, Salty Boy. Pull up a chair, hang out with us. Tell me how your week went. Any thoughts of King of Dragon Pass? Is that a book, I think? I haven't had tea in a long time. This is actually my, this is a lower elevation Indonesian black tea, which is more common. I heard, I think most of the tea that comes out of Indonesia is black tea. But then, like, oolong tea is starting to, like, get popular there. To grow, at least. Delicious. It's based on the Glorantha setting Rune Quest. Rune Quest! Interesting, interesting. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thanks for giving me the courage to try GMing. You tried? Finished a Pathfinder Session 0 with my old 3.5 play group from college. So you're a player. It sounds like you're a veteran player, but you've never GM'd before. Interesting. I'll be planning encounters while you stream today. So excited. Yo! Workshop it with us. Throw down like the skeleton of what you got, and then we can workshop it together. We need more DMs, GMs, whatever you want to call it. We need more game masters. That is correct. Long-time player, first-time GM. That's like a huge win. I think I kind of feel like I don't know if you guys are feeling it with me, but I feel like there was like a boom in tabletop, and it's mostly D&D, right? Whether you love it or hate it, D&D like 5th edition like led the wave for that boom, right? And I feel like the attrition rate of GMs has been like really high, right? Like the players stick around. The players are like, I'm on board, like I'm ready to play more. But a lot of the first, like the GMs, like, yeah, it's tough. We need more. We desperately need more. I love your name, Ulysses Fartknocker. That's a great name. See, everybody like you beat up by like, I mean, it's not guaranteed, but everybody that you beat up is technically a fart, right? Is good. A game I'd love to see you and Tempest play is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, A great beat 'em up that would be perfect for you guys. Is it like the side-scrolling style like beat 'em up? I played River City Girls and I was like 100% into that game. I know I was bad and I had like the wrong controller. I was trying to play it on a Switch controller, right? I actually really like side scrollers. Like they like activate my neurons because it's like that's what I grew up playing, right? River City Girls was like beautifully, the art style was like beautiful. The controls were crisp, even though like I was using the wrong controller. The voice acting was really good. Like everything. It's a 6-player beat 'em up that I've never seen. Can you guys try to guess what my favorite like side-scrolling? I don't think it counts as a beat 'em up is, but like my favorite like side-scroller style game like that you would play like at a dine-in like Pizza Hut. Simpsons is my second favorite. Simpsons is my second favorite. I guess it doesn't count. All right, but the hint is like it doesn't count as a beat 'em up. It doesn't count as a beat 'em up technically, but it's a 4-player like side-scrolling game. The D&D one was so hard. It was too hard. I think Metal Slug, the one that I played, was only like a 2-player game, right? Let's go. You got it. Sunset Riders. Sunset Riders, right there. Wonderful. Amazing. 166 ACC. Thank you very much for the Akasupa. Thank you. Saw your Zatsu VOD the other day and chat missed your is this Lost reference entirely. You're a cool guy, I guess, but I guess besties are my people. It's a very subtle reference, right? It's very subtle. I made a Lost reference in one of my my meme fan arts, right? I think it was Shinri's piece. I put a Lost reference in there. Yeah. I put it in my Shinri fan art. It was very like subtle. I think the key to Lost is like not having people notice, right? I love it. Do you love it? I personally have mixed feelings about Lost. I personally have mixed feelings about it. I don't like talking trash, but yeah. Yeah. It's never gonna disappear. Ah, delicious. DB Nirvana, thank you for the super chat. You're not guilty. You're not guilty. I feel like it's kind of a busy season. When spring is winding up, like everybody's kind of getting busy again, right? I got hung up on binge reading 2 light novels. Ooh. Now I'm stuck waiting for the next translation releases. Ah, Silent Suffering. Interesting, interesting. Ah. Fake Life, thank you for the super chat. Just got back from a 3-week vacation in Japan. Yo, that sounds awesome. Gonna start catching up on Tempest VODs that I missed. Any recommendations for can't miss streams that I should start with? Well, assuming that you made it to Haka's birthday, that's a big one. That's a big one. What else? What else? 3 weeks, huh? Let me think about that. I'll get back to you, Fake Life. I'll get back to you. Ah, World of Warcraft. We've had 2 straight weeks of World of Warcraft. I hope they went well. I hope they went well because we want to do more. No. Don't watch the League stream. Don't worry about it. That was whatever. The World of Warcraft. Yeah, that was a big one. Yeah. Vesper's Toe Jam Sandwich. Thank you for the super chat. Hey Vesper, did you see the launch of Starship? I know what you speak of, but whatever our opinions of whatever, I think it's a damn shame, because I'm big into like space and space exploration, and I get it. I get the reason why it's just like haha, right? I get it, and I'm there with you, right? But is you hate to see it, right? Anything regarding like a setback when it comes to space exploration, you hate to see it, right? They expected it, yeah. I get it. I get it. Was it successful? I heard it was like an unscheduled rapid disassembly. I didn't have the heart to like read the whole article, right? Because I saw that it was like, it was an unscheduled rapid, and it was like unscheduled? What does that mean? Anyway. Okay, good. If it went according to plan, I'm happy to hear it. Good. Good. It was successful in making me laugh. Space. Oh, you're an ice cold assassin. Oh my god. I was confident that it would get off the ground, but like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I saw the word unscheduled and I was like, oh no. Nessit, thank you for the super chat. Good morning. Did anyone happen to gentlemen, tell me, did anyone happen to kill a mag spy on the way in? No? Then we still have a problem. The mag spy is in the base. Intruder alert. The mag spy is in the base. And a knife. Oh, I can't do that voice. That's not good. Don't do that voice. No, Vess. Don't do it. I love your profile pic. So cute. Ah, you love to see it. Wacky Warrior, thank you for the super chat and good morning. I'm a player in a D&D 5th edition game later, and I've been overall designing and crafting weapons for fellow players. So far, I've made the rogue a masterwork dagger, and I enjoy everyone's responses. Oh, you're like a... Interesting. How does your DM handle masterwork weapons? Which I don't think it's in 5th edition. Rules is written. Is it? I don't know if it's in the player's handbook. Yeah. I'm interested to hear like how other DMs handle masterwork, because masterwork is like an old school +1 damage and accuracy. So it's technically magical, but it's not magical. If it's +1 to damage and attack, it's like essentially like a +1 magical weapon, but it's not magical. So like a werewolf would just be like, ha, it doesn't hurt me. Interesting. Ankro, thank you very much for the super chat. If your rocket is pointed this way and you're having a bad problem, and I will not be going to space today. Hip Frey, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you for the Lateria fund. Hope your voice heals well. I'm gonna be careful. No yelling this Zatsudan. No. And I will keep it short. And then I'm gonna prioritize recovery, and then I'm going to stream tomorrow at the normal length. And then this weekend, my 2 days off, I'll try to record. I'll try to record one of my 2 songs that I need to get done. Okay, we're back. Troll Captain America, thank you for being a bachelor member for 7 months. So space travel, huh? How about we ensure generation ships with the only info on Earth culture being holopro content that they base their society around? Could you even imagine that? Could you even imagine that? That would go poorly. All I know is that like the Tempest ship would be like that smash cut in Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail, where they're like, let's go to Camelot. And then there's like a smash cut to like Camelot. That's a Tempest ship, right? And then it'll be like, no, on second thought, let's not go to the Tempest ship. 'Tis a silly place. Right? Troll Captain America? Man after my own heart. 'Tis a silly place. Solax, thank you very much for the super chat. Can I have your permission to make Vesper Noir in Street Fighter 6 that uses a drunken brawling style, teleports and shoots Hadokens to win? Permission granted. And not only that, it would make me happy to see that. If you build it and then start playing it and send me a video over on Twitter, I can't promise that I'll use Twitter, but if I see it, I'll give it a like and a retweet. Oh man, the tea went too quick. The tea went too fast. Boo Twitter. Thanks for the laughs, little man. No problem. Thank you for me a bachelor for 7 months, Dianor. Thank you. Aaron. Thank you for the super chat. Why are you so cool? HOLOLIVE's sure good at picking their talents. Your personality is like a redemption arc. Moving from school to school, becoming awesome like you. Well deserved. Thank you. Luck? No, not luck. Not luck. I think... Yeah, I don't know. It's a... Accept the compliment? Alright. I accept the compliment. Thank you. Alright. I'll like say this... Should I say it? I'm just gonna say it. I think like all of the staff, they work like crazy hard, right? I mean, you know the work culture in Japan. It's like very hard working. They put in like 120% effort, right? Everybody works like super hard, but I think the people that are in charge of recruiting new members, they go like they're like fine-tooth comb, right? Nothing like slips through them. I mean, everybody is human, right? So of course, like, if they miss something, then, like, it's because they're human. They're not, like, perfect machines, right? But, yeah. They've got a team that, like, doesn't mess around. They take their jobs very seriously, and then they very, very carefully, like, select people. And I think that's, like, in no small reason, like, a part of the success of HOLOLIVE production. Stacy, thank you very much for the super chat. Yo, it's your birthday? My 3rd year at the Wizardhood. Thank you for being a fellow oldie and keeping me entertained this past Earth rotation. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you for being along for the ride. I appreciate it. I hope your next year is even better, right? I hope you have like the best year so far this coming year. Yeah. Spring birthday, huh? Spring birthday. Good stuff. Just juicy for Josepharoth. Thank you very much for the super chat. Vesper, when will we get a Bookworm Deluxe stream? True Scholar game? What is Bookworm Deluxe? Never heard of it. I think I missed one. I apologize. I'm a little bit loopy today. I don't know. DD the dog. Thank you very much for the super chat. Good morning. He's been in the news lately, so something good that... Ooh, what's he in the news for? I think he's a great writer. Can't speak for like, I mean, when I hear that, like, I get like the feeling in the pit of my stomach. It's like, oh no, what happened, right? I think he's a talented writer. Like he knows his craft very well, right? My Arrakis, my Dune. I like to call it Arrakis, but I heard it's supposed to be Arrakis. We do not confirm nor deny the existence of a Brandon Sanderson. Luna, good morning. I'm doing well. Mentally and spiritually, I'm doing well. Because I took a single round in Loteria, and I had a hell of a good time playing it. But physically, my vocal cords are a little bit rough. So I'm trying to I'm trying to minimize the use of it and then do like a shorter one. But yeah. Marty Panzer, thank you very much for the super chat. Next month is my birthday. Yo. Well, I won't say happy birthday right now. We'll say it like on your birthday, right, buddy? I'm planning a classics movie night with friends with Terminator 2, probably my favorite Terminator movie. Aliens, might add a third one. What would you suggest? Okay, so are you going like action-y? It sounds like you're going like action-y movie, right? My favorite action movie from that era, which is like contested because a lot of people are like, it's actually not a very good movie. Is it from that era? No, it's after that era. It's actually like maybe 5 to 10 years after that era. Now that I think about it, Terminator. Yeah, it's about 5 to 10 years after. Speed 1 with Keanu Reeves and I think Dennis Hopper. Do not attempt to grow a brain, Jack. Do not attempt to grow a brain. The first Speed. Is it Speed? Never heard of it? Yo, Pope Nia. If you set your expectations low, you will be thoroughly entertained. And I just love Keanu Reeves. I just love the guy. He's just so. How do you describe like what makes Keanu Reeves like such a lovable dude? I don't know why. Like he seems like simultaneously like a guy that you don't want to like F around with, a guy that you don't want to mess around with, and like just a helpless man that you want to help, right? How do you like simultaneously fill both roles, right? He's simultaneously like a guy that you don't want to fuck around with because he's like, oh no, don't mess around with this guy. And then also like, he's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. Get him a sandwich, right? He's like both. I love Keanu Reeves. And he's in that movie. He's the lead. I know, Yaz, I know that meme where like somebody has like a picture from like 1870 in the Wild West frontier, and that picture has like a person that looks exactly like Keanu Reeves. And not just Keanu Reeves, it's like Keanu Reeves midway through his career, right? Yo, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Archdark, yes! That's such a good movie. Meta, thank you very much for the super chat. Good morning, good morning. Curious on your thoughts on DMs who let the party have NPCs to fill the missing roles in the party, healers especially. I find it difficult to balance their overall presence. Yeah, in general, it's hard to balance it because like a very like contested like, all right, so do you guys know have you guys ever heard the phrase DMPC? DMPCs are definitely like a very controversial like topic. I am personally anti DMPC, but I'm like I never. All right, so here we have so few DMs, right? We have so few DMs that like, if there's a DM that's like the only reason why I enjoy DMing is because of DMPCs, we should let them do their thing, right? Because like a bad DM, all right, I'm not gonna say bad. A DM that you don't approve of is still better than no DM, right? What is a DMPC? A DMPC is an NPC that is in the party of the main cast of characters, but it's controlled by the DM. So it's essentially like the DM is a member of the party, which is like conflict of interest, right? The only time that your grandpa Vesper Noir has run a DMPC in his opinion successfully, and I would consider Urki like not a particular success. Urki is a part of a module, right? I had a DMPC that was a spoiled rich kid that the party had to escort from point A to point B, and that was a DMPC, and it was the funniest thing ever because the party like hated this like kid, right? And then by the end of it, they were like kind of like him, and they were discussing kidnapping the kid from his like rich parents. They were like, we should keep this kid and take him with us. It was good. It was like a good little arc because the kid's parents, like the reason why the kid was such a little dickbag is because of his parents, right? So they were like, you're ours now. Yeah. That was my only successful like DMPC, and it was a non-combat DMPC. It was non-combat. His only ability was granted by a magical item that he had. Yeah. Yeah. So you know, conflicted. Speaks. Thank you very much for the super chat and good morning. Thank you for putting my art on the fridge again. Have you read Dune or seen the movie? I've both read Dune and I've seen the movie. Yeah. No judgment, just curious because I'm reading through it. Oh yeah, I love Dune. I think I've read 3 Toph Bayfog. What is that referencing? I love Toph. Robot Peter 101, thank you very much for the super chat. I find it funny because players will, without a doubt, kidnap some random NPC they like anyway to fight God or something, so why bother with a DMPC, right? Right? Yeah. I guess the distinction between like an NPC that temporarily joins the party and a DMPC is like, one, the DMPC is permanent. It's like meant to be permanent. And then 2, the DMPC is like fully statted out, right? And a lot of DMPC enthusiasts, they balance it by making the DMPC like half the level of the party, right? So like noticeably weaker than the rest of the party. Yeah. So I guess it's like the way to, yeah. So maybe I didn't have a DMPC. Like I've never run one before. Maybe I've never run one before. Nobody likes an escort mission, right? Yeah. Blackfire Hedgehog, thank you very much for the super chat. Honestly, I worry a bad DM is more likely to drive people away from the hobby. That said, DMPCs can be good for support roles in a small party. Yeah, I agree. Like what if you're running a table with just 2 players, right? And they're both brand new? I understand. The egregiously bad ones are like higher level, right? The egregiously bad ones are like they think that they're running, I don't know, like a Naruto campaign, and they're like the teacher, right? Like the Jonin teacher, but like they don't understand that like that's actually like not great, right? Yeah. Ooh, vocal cords. Crapworks, thank you very much for the super chat. Speaking of D&D, have you seen some of the behind the scenes? No, I haven't. I've been obsessed with looking at the puppetry. No spoilers though, because we want as much people to watch it, but I should look at the behind the scenes. I should check it out. I had the DMPC because my players cried about being too squishy, but I refused to go anything but glass cannon classes. So I made a tank so stupidly dumb they could never use me to solve the plot. Interesting. That is an interesting like issue, right? Let's think about this for a second, right? If the party, I personally think that like it's an issue, right? If all the players are complaining even if it's like they're just playing the wrong way, I think it does mean that we should like something to think about, right? Acceptable use. I think it's acceptable. Yeah. I think they would have to pay the tank like a crazy amount of money, right? They would have to pay. All right, Troll Captain America. I'm with you on that. My personal opinion is like, is this probably a skill issue, right? Because you don't really need a tank, in my opinion. You don't really need one. I mean, like, you just adapt to play and you never go head on, right? You make use of scouting and then like you just make sure you're never in a straight up fight, right? I DM for a full rogue party, and that might have been like the best campaign, and like 2 of them were brand new, right? I DM for a full rogue party, 4 rogues, and like they did really well. They did really, really well. The role play was that it was like the Assassin's Guild in that world, they took the 4 like troublemaker recruits, like grouped them together and then like threw them out into the world. And then they were like, come back if you survive in 2 years, right? Yeah. Jinan Woys, thank you very much for the super chat. I have dreamt about a lobster bisque I had last week every night since I had it. Have you had any good food lately? Any good food lately? I had Thai curry 2 days ago. I had Thai curry. It's kind of expensive where I'm from. There used to be a place like right next to where I used to live, and it was like authentic Thai curry, and it was cheap. It had no business being that cheap, right? So like the place that I go to now where I live is not only not as good, it's significantly more expensive, right? So I feel very conflicted going there, and I don't think it's, well, I'm not Thai, right? So I can't like say, oh, it's not authentic because I'm not Thai, right? But if I'm going by that really good place that I went to, I don't think it's at that like level, right? It's not fusion food. It's just like, well, okay. You guys are gonna get like mad listening to this, right? A big component to Thai curry is like Asian basil, right? Thai basil, right? Thai basil is like different from like Western basil, right? They use Western basil, whatever you want to call it. No, they have coconut milk, but they don't use the right basil. Yeah. So it's like it doesn't taste the same. Right? It's like, I don't know. I think it's a crying shame. Yeah. Cuz like authentic like Thai curry the way that it's supposed to be, where they don't give a crap and then they just put in the bird's eye chili peppers, and if you can't deal with it, too bad, don't come back. I love that. I love that mindset where it's just like, it's not, you have to have the 4 flavors. We can't not put in the bird's eye the chili, right? If you want it not spicy, I'm sorry. I guess it's just not for you. That's what the lady that ran my favorite Thai restaurant before I moved like used to say. She's like, no judgment. It's probably not for you. I apologize. Coach Zed, thank you very much for the super chat. Had a DMPC which acted like a surrogate child to 2 of the party members. We ended up traumatizing him, sending him to the Feywild. It's what he deserves. Don't worry, the Fae will be nice to him, right? The Fae are kind and wacky, right? You guys don't know. I always think it's funny when people talk about like the Fae as if like they're wacky at best. No, at worst they're wacky tricksters, and then at best they're like kind of hippies, right? The Fae are like straight up evil. They're like scary as heck. Like the actual like Fae, right? Like don't mess with the Fae. Yeah, they eat children. They're psychos, right? I quietly disapprove of depictions of the Fae as being like hippies, right? Like they're not. I get it. But that's At best, they will prank you and make you feel like a fool. At worst, they will prank you and you get eaten, right? Yeah, the Ancient Magus' Bride. You know, I didn't finish that. I never finished it. I thought it was like really pretty, but I never finished the anime. Huh. Maybe I should go back and try it out. There are good Fae. It's true. But like, you should approach every Fae with like extreme caution, and if they're good, cool. But the whole point of the Fae is that like you can't tell, right? Well, they may be good like last week, and then they come back, and then like they suddenly hate you, and you have no idea why, right? You still don't mess with good Fae either, right? Yeah. You don't expect them to stay that way. Meta, thank you once again for the super chat. Consider DMPCs because I had a small group of 2 people that I worry about being a rounded out party, but I agree. Problem is when they ask them for the opinion of what to do, feels wrong for me to interfere with their agency. Yeah. I think the way that I would counter that, because it feels bad as a DM to be like, hey, no, right? As a DM, I would just be like, I will give you what this character would tell you, but it's basically a coin flip. They might be telling you the wrong thing, and I don't think you should be mad, right? Because this character literally doesn't know, but they will offer you an opinion, and then just make most of the opinions wrong. I wouldn't say 50. I would say like 3 out of 4 of their opinions on what to do are like the not ideal solution, right? And like half of that should be obviously wrong, and the other half is like subtly wrong, right? Ruben Ibarra, thank you very much for the super chat. And my buddy in DM described Florida as the Feywild in his shadow. Yeah, kind of. Especially with like the weird animals, right? Never trust the Fey or the elves. Oh shoot, did I miss one? I apologize. All right, let's bring up. You guys pause for a second. Let's bring up. I promised myself I would limit this. But let's check it out. What did I miss? Watotodal, thank you for the super chat. My favorite DMP. Wait, we've missed a couple. Okay. My favorite DMPC was a character named Old Man Stove, who was a lost and confused old man. I know a lot about being a lost and confused old man. Who's a reoccurring character in every campaign my DM did. He's just like, he appears in every dungeon. You know what that reminds me of? Old Man Stove? You know what that reminds me of? Do we have any people that played Xenogears? Do we have any people that played Xenogears? Do you remember Big Joe? Big Joe. He's like an old man that randomly appears in every dungeon, right? And it's just like, what the heck? No spoilers, but Big Joe had a pretty sad backstory, right? Big Joe had like, I'm not going to spoil anything. I want you guys to go back and experience it if you can. It might be on the PlayStation Store. I highly urge you to play it. It might be my favorite. It might be my favorite PlayStation 1 era Square game. PlayStation 1 and 2, maybe. Because Big Robot! Big Robot! Anyway. Big Joe is like the old man. He's confused and he like wanders into dungeons and you just meet him at like weird situations, right? Jax, thank you very much for the super chat. Quick question, Vess. In a hypothetical TTRPG with guns and cowboys, what kind of character would you play just hypothetically? Oh. First of all, I like the Western setting. I like it. Like I I personally like really like it. Something about the aesthetic and something about it I just like, right? All right, what would I play? All right, let's assume that we're playing with the boys, right? And just to make it simple, let's say we're assuming that we're playing with HQ, right? Hypothetically, if we're playing, you know who I liked? You know who I really, really liked? Did you watch shoot, what was that movie called? It was the remake of the Magnificent Seven. And it had like Denzel Washington in it. It had so that was like a contested movie. A lot of people didn't like it. I liked it a lot, but I understand that a lot of people were just like, it's not as good as the original. And the original was like, well, the original had to be good because it was based off of the Seven Samurai, right? A freaking Kurosawa movie, right? It had Denzel in it. I liked the movie. There was a character, oh shoot, what's his name? Goody, right? Goody? The guy with PTSD that like can't shoot. I like that character. He was my favorite character. Him and the knife thrower had like such a good friendship. I liked it. I would play that. I would play like I would build, right? I would build like yeah. Yeah, Robichaux. Good night, Robichaux. He was my favorite character in that movie. I would create a character that has like PTSD for like whatever reason. Right? I already have a backstory. I'm such a helpless, like, I'm such a hopeless, like, LARPing. I'm such a hopeless, like, LARPer, right? Like, I'm already building a character for, like, what is this? Adrian Canales, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on an old man Henderson and the Henderson scale? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Matthew, thank you for the super chat. Do you know the Henderson scale? No, I don't. Currently reading an isekai where MC was a munchkin and is actively metagaming his skill development. Interesting. Okay. This character was a soldier in a frontier fort. And that fort got completely wiped out. But he survived because he ran away like a coward. And that experience gave him like intense like PTSD, and he can't like he can't shoot. He can't shoot. He has like PTSD. He can't shoot. And he can't tell people about it because he's a coward, right? He abandoned like all of his friends to save himself. So like he can't shoot. But he's not a gunslinger. He's not like what you would imagine when you think about like a gunfighting cowboy, which is like a pistol, right? Like a handgun. He's a rifleman. He uses a rifle. He's like Cormano, right? Cormano uses a rifle in Sunset Riders. Yeah. What would the character's world? Okay, the character's world in that world is that I would try hard like prep, right? He would be like the canary of the party. He would just be like, don't go there. That's a trap. And his arc would be like where he gets over it. And then he starts being able to fight again, right? And I think maybe I would get him, I would allow him to like shoot back only at people that are shooting at him, right? Something like that. But in general, like he prefers to hide. He prefers to hide. I think like I would probably work with a DM about this, right? I would work with a DM with this, right? But I would like the battle that he ran away from, like the thing that caused his PTSD to be like famous and like people talk about it. It's like a famous event and everybody like makes a big deal out of it, and he can't tell anybody that he was there because there should be no survivors, right? Right? So like people will be like, oh yeah, that place, that was like, yeah, like did you hear about like Sweet July? We'll call it like the Sweet July, right? The Sweet July event. And people are like, yeah, like that was crazy. And he's like, yeah, crazy, man. No survivors. Yeah. And like he just has to pretend that he knows nothing about it, right? Anyway. I don't know. I don't know. I make weird lore like that. If there are no survivors, where do the stories come from? That's a good question, right? That's a good question. The stories would just be like, okay, let's build the story, right? It was a frontier fort, and they were outnumbered 20-1, and they lasted a week. They lasted a week for reinforcements, and the fort fell just as reinforcements got there. And there was like an inquiry, and people were like, why did it take so long for reinforcements to arrive? Like, what happened? And then like people were just like, what a bunch of badasses, right? How did they last that long? So it's not necessarily like the stories from inside. It's more about like the general idea of it, and then like dunking on like other people, right? Yeah. Please watch Trigun Stampede when you have a chance. I love Trigun so much. The postman was too busy killing people in the casino. I don't know what you're referring to. I couldn't tell you. Leonel Contreras, thank you very much for the super chat. Think fast, chuckle nuts. Chinese food or sushi? Sushi. Oh, that's a tough one. Let me think about that. If it's Americanized Chinese food, sushi. If it's Americanized Chinese food, sushi. If it's like closer to the real stuff, now we're talking about like a coin flip, right? But when you said Chinese food, my mind jumped to like Americanized stuff, and it's just like sushi, no question, right? But if you were to say like authentic good stuff, right? Then it's like a 50-50. It's like, do I want like like Japanese food is really good, but it's more subtle, right? The flavors are like very subtle. And then like Chinese food is like pow, like in your face. Like they've mastered like the different styles of like flavor and how they like hit your tongue, right? Oh, so good. I think like the subtle flavor is good, but sometimes I just want to get like hit in the mouth with like good flavor, right? Yeah. Do you have a favorite Asian dish that you like to eat? Japanese style curry, Thai style curry. What do I like? Let me think. I'll think about it. Let me think about it. What are you talking about, Frost Bio? By the way, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm in a good mood because I think we had a good time playing Lotharia. I hope I didn't step on any toes. A little bit anxious, but I think we did a good job. Happy with that. But I am like tired. Which Thai curry? Sometimes I feel like a red, sometimes I feel like a green. Between those two, I think green, to get that flavor, they grind more Thai basil into it, right? And then red has less of it, right? I tend to get a red at this current place because it's just, I tend to get a red curry at this current place because they don't use the right basil. They don't use the right one, so it's just like this. I feel nothing when I eat this. I feel nothing. Ooh, Filipino food. What's my favorite Filipino food? There's like a savory and sour soup. It's a Filipino dish and it's like savory and sour. I like it. But I don't think I've ever seen it at a restaurant. Did I mention it before? Yeah, I've had sinigang and I really like it, but I've never been able to find it at a restaurant, which is weird. Maybe it might be like a regional dish. I don't know. I've only eaten it at a house. I've only eaten it at a house. Is it regional? It's a staple? Then how come? Because I've been to like 2 or 3 Filipino restaurants and I've never seen it at a restaurant. Is there a reason? I know what balut is. I've never tried it, but maybe I will. I don't know. It's usually a staple in restaurants? Huh. Interesting. Those are bad restaurants? It might be like a fusion restaurant, right? It's region locked. Meg. Tamarind is rare in the US. Yeah, kind of is. Huh. I like savory. I like sour. It's good. It's good stuff. Have you eaten chicken rice before? Yeah, but like chicken rice is like across the world, right? Rice is goated. Chicken is goated. You put them together, you got like a match made in heaven. And like almost every culture across the world has got like a rice and chicken dish, right? What about sour and spicy food like kimchi? Kimchi is good. Although, I don't think I could eat it by itself. I think I might have like weak taste buds and I have to eat it. I have to eat it with like rice or like something or noodles, right? I've seen people just like put it in their mouth and eat it, right? I think for me, like it has to be mixed with something else, right? I've seen people just like pop like cold kimchi like into their mouth and eat it, right? Not weak, old. I like it. It's got a really interesting flavor, but at the bare minimum, like I have to have like a bowl of rice, right? At the bare minimum, I have to have it with like a bowl of rice. Are we talking about food? Is it going to be a food? Is it going to be a food zatsu? Okay, I'm game with that. I'm okay with that. Reklo, thank you for the super chat. Paso-kun, thank you very much for the super chat. Speaking of balut, when I was a kid, I saw an episode of Fear Factor where they're going to win like 10K to eat balut. I was those that are going, I do that for free. Nicola, thank you for the super chat. My DM usually makes DMPCs whose single purpose is to die to the main villain in the first counter to showcase his strength. He makes a wharf. He makes a wharf. It's sad. I guess I did that with the little like kobold, right? The kobold that was having like a Dark Knight arc, right? And then he just like instantly died, right? I guess I did that. Nah, Worf would survive if they dye their red shirts. So true. Lawrence, you're a true Trekkie. I'm a fake Trekkie. You're right. Worf survives. He takes the beating to showcase like how powerful the new enemy is, but he doesn't die. Worf is beloved, right? Throwing a dragon at them that early was evil. Kind of. Honestly. Kind of. I used to do that with Elminster when I was running Forgotten Realms. Elminster. The wizard. Elminster. I remember that. Korean fried chicken? I do like a Korean fried chicken. I think I read on an article like what makes it different from what I grew up eating. I heard they don't use, or they don't use a pure wheat flour mix for the breading. They use a mix. They use wheat flour and rice flour, right? And it gives it like a different texture. cornstarch, rice flour, and like wheat flour, right? It has like a texture that is very much unlike a traditional like American style fried chicken, and it's good. It's like, I won't say it's better, but it's like incredibly good in a very different way. Oh man, it's good. Oh, and I think, I don't know what it is, but I think have I ever gotten like a bad batch? So I think like the trick to like good fried chicken is it can't be dry, right? Dry fried chicken is just like sad. I don't think I've ever had dry Korean fried chicken before. Not that I've had a lot of it, but I don't think I've had plenty of dried like fried chicken. Chicken is kind of mid. Ved, did you ever hear like the Matrix reference about like chicken? Did you ever watch Matrix? They're like, chicken is good, but you can't really describe it. Do you think it's because like the robots, when they took over, like they couldn't figure out like what chicken was supposed to taste like, except that everybody likes it, so they just made it taste like generally good? Ved unbased. Hold on, let him cook. Hold on, let him cook. I get it. Chicken is beloved, but let him cook, right? I think chicken is one of the best meats in the same way that like tofu is like really good, right? Hold on. Do you guys like tofu? I like tofu in a dish, right? Can I describe why I like it? But I do think it makes sense why other people might dislike tofu. Can we talk about it? Hold on, let him cook, right? Tofu is versatile because it's like a flavor sponge, right? It's a flavor sponge. It'll accept any flavor that you put into it and you let it cook a little bit. I think that the crime for tofu is if you cook it too quickly and you don't let it absorb flavor, right? And then you're just eating pure tofu. You're eating like a tiny outer layer of tofu that's flavored, and then the inside of it is just completely like unflavored. And unflavored tofu is, in my opinion, mid. And if that pisses you off, I apologize, right? But it's a sponge, and it'll take whatever flavor you put into it, and it relies on the skill of the chef to make it good, right? Right? Chicken is the tofu of meat. Think about pork. Think about beef. Think about venison. They all have very distinct flavors. Like, you will never mistake like a piece of pork for a piece of beef, right? But chicken is just kind of chicken, right? The most flavorful part of chicken is the thigh, and even that is just kind of like, interesting. Interesting. Chicken will accept any flavor that you put in it, which is why it's a really good meat to cook with and to showcase your skill as a cook, right? Chicken is pretty distinct in flavor. You know, Blake, I would argue like not really. I could, yeah. I like chicken. But I do agree that like a badly prepared chicken tastes bad, right? But like a badly prepared steak, unless you're just like absolutely burning it, like you could just rely on the flavor of a good steak to just kind of like sell itself, right? Best chicken part, thigh, no question. The thigh. That applies to every food. I like respectfully disagree. I think a steak, as long as you're not cooking it well done, is just always going to be like an acceptable steak. I guess if you're like blue raring it, which is like too much even for me, like a steak can sell itself. It's just good, right? That's why selecting the steak is the most important part. Oh man. Could you imagine if we do a stream where we make milk steak? Milk steak? delicious. Crazy Cat, thank you very much for the super chat. Fun fact, there are tofu hot pot in Japan that let you taste the pure hot tofu without any spice, so just taste tofu. They use really good tofu though, so they said it tastes different. Interesting. Haka, good morning. Thank you for inviting me to Loteria, and thank you for teaching me how to play Loteria. Our manager's been awfully silent after you played the opening. I think it would be funny if you released that as like an audio file. Like how to play Loteria. Like there's a reason why you can't release it as a video file. For those of you that don't know, Haka made that as a video, but I think you should release it as like an audio file. Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy, Skinny Penis. How's everybody doing? Kellogg's PP, thank you very much for the super chat. Thighs are better than breasts. Men of culture, we're talking about chickens, right? Yeah, exactly. Chickens. Yeah. The thigh meat is so good. Oh, man. Clipped and shipped. Hey, don't clip me. Don't clip me. I'm a biter. Don't clip the biter. Clip the original, right? That's a Banzoin Haka original. Don't clip me. Why are you clipping me? Go back and watch the birthday stream near the beginning, right? Near the end? Near the end. It's actually near the very end, right? Come on, man. I'm just a biter. The certified Banzoin moment, right? Yeah. Oh, you guys don't know that slang, huh? You guys don't know that slang? Okay. We got a couple, I see. It's Zoomer night here on my channel. Okay. A biter is slang, is boomer slang for somebody that's like copying your style. It's like a lame person that is copying the style of a cooler person. That's the definition of a biter. Oh, you bit off me. You're a biter. Stop biting off my style, dude. Stop biting my rhymes. Yeah. So Haka is the cool guy and I'm biting his like bit, right? I'm old and I've never heard of that. It might be regional, maybe. Anyway. Oh, I have to show Haka the pair. Let's do it. I apologize. I'm not going to be reading chat. I'm taking my eyes off because I have to send it over to Haka and I want to get his reaction. Lol pair. Oh, baby. There it is. You'll love to see it. Haka, are you still here? I'm sending it to you in Discord. I'm sending it to you in the Tempest Discord. No. I'll DM it to him. I don't want to bother the boys. There you go, buddy. Check out the pair and give me your opinion of it. Doesn't it look like the Loteria pair? Doesn't it look exactly like the pair in Loteria, right? Look at it. I hope he's still here. We'll see. He might be gone. He might be out and about doing stuff. Jinan Voice, thank you for the super chat. I see it. I caught it. Lots of wizards in chat have no idea about this slang. I'm impressed by Graham's meme knowledge. I went back and I checked and I've definitely sent this to Dez. I've definitely sent it to him. Because, like, this is the perfect response to, like... Yeah. Bro, I'm Mexican and I don't know American slang. Now Haka will receive lol pair with no context, right? I DM'd it to him. Oh. No, I DM'd it to the wrong person. Oh no, I DM'd it to my manager. Because the top two people on my DM list are my manager and Haka. And we have like a group chat that's a little bit further down. Okay, hold on, let me send it to Haka. Okay. Can you tell that I'm an old man that doesn't know how to use Discord? I regularly send DMs to the wrong people. There we go. Yeah, I delete. What time is it in Japan right now? My manager lives in Japan. Pretty much all of the staff. Like, we could just... It's not a secret, right? It's 3 a.m. Hopefully they don't see it. I don't think they have it on their, like, home phone. I think they have a work phone that they use, and, like, they leave it at work, probably. This is why I'm a moron. Hey. I'm not a moron. I just don't know how to use Discord. That's not fair. I just don't know how to use Discord. You don't know how to use Twitter either. Yeah. That reminds me. They gave us all something called Nitro, and they were like, boost the server. And I was too insecure to like ask, like, what does that mean? So I did not boost the server. And they were like, Vesper, boost the server. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And they were like, what? So I don't know what that means. They're like, we gave you Nitro, so boost our server. And it's like, I'm telling you, I don't know what Nitro is, and I don't know what boosting is. Can you teach me how to boost? And they're like, are you serious? It's like, yeah. It's like, okay, click this button at the very top. And it's like, done. Okay, now click this button. Done. Now click this button. Done. You've boosted the server. And it's like, okay, thank you. I don't know what purpose that is. I don't know why. I don't know what. They didn't explain to me, like, why we need to do that. What's the purpose? There's a lot of perks. Like, they gave us YouTube Premium. They gave us this. My general knowledge is like, it's like YouTube Premium, but for Discord. But that doesn't make sense to me because there's no ads on Discord, right? So it's like, what? It makes the server better. It makes the server better. Better bitrate for VC. I don't know. Cool, I guess. What if your DM set off an alarm for Mana-chan and you woke up to find nothing to read? Oh, the anxiety, right? The anxiety, right? Especially with me and Haka, right? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine the fear? That would be a really good prank. Haka, if you're still here, are you down? Let's both send like 20 messages and delete them all. And then when they wake up, they get like 40 combined messages from the two talents, but they're all deleted. It's like, what happened? That's like an incredible prank. Don't torture Manage. Okay. We won't. If right, thank you for the super chat. LaFish, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. Holy smokes. Holy guacamole. Thank you. Woo. Okay, I won't do it. I feel secondhand pain from that. It's like a brand new territory of trolling. Discord. Delightfully devilish, Vesper. The problem with pranks is that no matter how funny they are in the abstract, if you're on the receiving end, very few of them don't come across as either concerning or downright malicious. Is true. It's also legitimately like, I think our group is the most chaotic. Cause like Dez is pretty chaotic on stream, but he's actually like probably the most professional He always does things on time or ahead of time. And he doesn't... He's actually pretty quiet in Discord. He doesn't like... Mostly when he's chatting, it's like stuff, right? Stuff that needs to be said. Work-related stuff. He's plotting. You'd have to start worrying about how they'll prank you back. Man. I keep getting dunked on. Keep getting dunked on. Magni is too wholesome for this world. Surprisingly wholesome, right? It's still wild that Skype has 300 megabytes of file sharing compared to Discord Nitro. What is Discord Nitro? I don't know what the limit for that is. I would also like to know what milk steak is. Okay, Giba. Milk steak is a bit from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and they never explain what it is. It's just one of the main characters is like considered like the pathetic guy in the group, and he describes his favorite dish is milk steak, and they're like, we don't know what that is. What is it? Haka, you're still here. Haka, check out the thing that I sent you. Ah, there we go. Haka, what's your opinion on the lol pair? Haka, give me your expert opinion on the lol pair. Doesn't it look exactly like the pair from Loteria? It's like the same shade of green, right? The shape is a little different. It's got a mouth and very human-like teeth, which is unsettling. But look at the color and shape of it, right? It's a gorgeous piece, right? Haka, you can't see it because like it's been cropped, but the full picture, there's a squirrel taking a picture of it. It's like literally a squirrel setting up like an old-timey, like, you know, like the photographs that go poof, like with the loud like noise, right? There's like a squirrel that's literally like taking an old-timey camera of the pair. It's crazy. It's madness. I don't understand anything about it. While there are different types of steak and milk comes from cows, so it's probably steak from a cow. No, Stargirl, I think it's literally a steak that's been braised in milk. Do you know what braising is? Braising is a cooking technique where you take meat and then you partially submerge it in a liquid, and then the liquid like cooks, right? It's a steak that's been braised in milk. That's my take on what a milk steak is. Taking notes here. I know a few recipes for milk steak. Okay. Okay. The point is that milk steak isn't supposed to be good. Yeah. It's supposed to sound like incredibly bad. Now I want to boil a steak in milk just for the experience. Interesting. How does it taste? I don't think anybody has ever tasted it. And I hope nobody tastes it. Babish did? Of course he would. What did it taste like? Was it disgusting? Is it exactly what I thought it would taste like in my head? I mean, milk steak would just be a stew. A stew is more complicated than that. For a stew, I think the order of operations in stew is like what makes or breaks a stew, right? Have you ever heard of Matagi Gunner? It's a manga about a widowed grandpa. Well, Wacky Warrior, thank you very much for the super chat. Who gets into not Apex while being a professional wilderness hunter? Sounds awesome. I've heard of the phrase Matagi. Is that the same Matagi that's in Golden Kamui? Is that the same one? Is that the same Matagi? Matagi just means you hunt. Really? It just means like hunter in Japanese? Then why do they call it like Matagi instead of hunter in Golden Kamui? Can somebody like... is a hunter. So it's not like it sounded like an ethnicity or something, right? It's an Ainu term. Oh, interesting. Matagi, more specifically, is used in the Tohoku region. Interesting, interesting. Matagi is a very old way of saying it. Oh, interesting. How can you talk so much? You know, Efren, I said that I would take it easy today, but like, okay. I think if I had one main strength that allows me to, okay. Somebody mentioned it earlier, and I couldn't really accept the compliment, but I will attempt to accept it, right? I think there are very few things that I do not find interesting in this world. There are very, very few things that I do not find interesting in this world. So if I meet a new person, all I need to do to get them going is to be like, tell me about your favorite thing. And then they can talk about their favorite thing, and I will listen and genuinely be interested. And it's very difficult to fake being interested, correct? You guys know that, right? It's the most difficult thing in the world to fake interest. People can tell, right? And I am like genuinely interested in almost everything people say, right? And I can't say that I'm an expert for it. I'm not. I have approximate knowledge of many things. I have like an incomplete knowledge of a lot of things just based on the people that I've talked to. Yeah. So really my main strength, and the strength that like I might have over other people, is that like if I'm reading you guys, like I'm reading chat right now, and somebody says something like the one that we're talking about is like matagi, right? It's like, I've heard that phrase, tell me more about it, like what is it? And I'm like genuinely interested in learning like what the heck is a matagi, right? Because I've heard the phrase in Golden Kamuy and I don't know what it means. I know what Ainu is. I know what that is because of Shaman King, right? That's such a bad thing. I've heard of the phrase Ainu because of Shaman King, but I didn't know what it was. And then Golden Kamuy let me know more about what it is, right? In depth, right? And then now we're on the Matagi arc, right? So it's like, now we're learning about a Matagi that becomes a pro gamer, right? A Matagi becomes a pro gamer, right? Fett, please, brother, my friend, please don't get me in trouble. We got to stay positive. We got to stay neutral. No more. No. Graduation any percent. No. I'm just here to make you laugh. That's it. I'm not here to change your opinion on literally anything. The only thing I'm here to do is like, if you're bored and you need to kill like an hour and you want to hear a crazed old man ramble about like his like Western OC, there you go. I'm your VTuber. I'm not here to like change your mind about anything. Yeah. That's not to say that I don't have my own opinions. I do. I have my own opinions, and I think about my own opinions a lot, but like I'm not here to like talk to you about my opinion. I'm here to, you know, yeah. That's just what I'm looking for. Exactly, right? So let's continue talking about Matagi. Matagi is not an ethnicity. It is an old term, and it's a regional term for hunter, right? It literally means hunter. Is that correct? Okay. So it's about an old school hunter in northern Japan that buys like an Alienware. I don't know. He buys like an Alienware and then becomes an apex predator, like a pro. That reminds me of a YouTube video that I fell in love with that I should go watch again, right? Did you guys watch the it's the video that went viral They got an actual bank robber to play GTA, specifically the first part of it, like the heist part of GTA. I love that video. And then he got to like he was like giving his opinion. He's like, oh, that would never happen, right? Like a bank robber that actually went to jail. Like he got caught and then he went to jail for like 10 years. And then he got out, and then like I think like I don't know, some YouTube channel was like, hey, you wanna be a guest on our channel, and then we're just gonna have you play GTA and give your opinion on yeah. 10 out of 10 content. 10 out of 10 content. I need to see that immediately. What about what about okay, this involves a spoiler, and my spidey senses for not spoiling Breaking Bad are on high alert because Axel is experiencing Breaking Bad for the first time in his life, right? If somebody spoils Breaking Bad for him, like, I will find you. Do not, right? If only look up this video if you have finished Breaking Bad, okay? Okay? Only watch this video if you finished Breaking Bad. If you have not, do not watch it, okay? Can you promise me that? Google Burger King guy Walter White confession and watch that and tell me that's not the funniest thing you've ever seen. Google Burger King Whopper guy Walter White confession and tell me that's not the funniest thing you've ever seen. Takodachi, you and I. STP, you. Yes! The one with Tuco snorting the Infinity Stones. Yes, yes. I'm here for that content. Oh, my lord. It's so good. Senorita Mag Chonkers, thank you very much for the super chat. Popped in to say that I'm the youngest librarian at work, and I put your streams in the staff room during lunch. So I've introduced you to a bunch of little old lady librarians. You're their Oshi. I have to curse less. I just have to. I want to retain that bold new audience. I have to keep that segment. I have to like lock it down, right? Okay. I have an idea for hand cam content. I'm gonna start crocheting. Are you guys ready for crochet content? All day, every day? Like once a week, I'll just crochet for like 2 hours with a hand cam. You don't have a crochet needle, you have crochet hooks. Did I tell you about that? I know about crocheting because I had 3 acquaintances that like met up to crochet and watched like TV together, and they were young. They were not like old people. They were like around college age. They would meet up like a couple times a week and watch TV and crochet together. And their group of 3 was called the Hookers because crochets use hooks, right? They call themselves the Hookers. And it was just like, don't do that. Don't do that. Counting the loops is the worst part. Yeah. Was it competitive? I think it was like low-key competitive. You know where they're like, oh, that's so beautiful, I love it. But internally they were like all trying to like outdo each other. That's the vibe that I got from the Hooker group, right? Like with their mouths, they were like, oh my god, that's so cute, LOL, right? But on the inside, they're like, I'm gonna do better than you, right? Yeah. My favorite was Squirtle. Like, crocheting is like 3D. Did you guys know that? Like, it's like crazy. It's like completely 3D. Like, it just stands. It's like you're making like a stuffed animal from the ground up, and one of them made a Squirtle. A crochet Squirtle, and it was like pretty big too. It was not like, it was like the size of do I have anything in my room that's like comparable? It was like pretty big. It was like 6 inches tall. It was like a pretty big like Squirtle. Usually when you crochet, it's like a 3-incher, right? It was a pretty big. My man is pandering for the grannies based. I mean, will you crochet with the spirit? Meta, thank you for being a bachelor for 7 months. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Okay. What yarn would I use? What yarn would I use? Like rope? Like actual rope? Mimobu, thank you for being a member for 7 whole months. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No joke, if I were a VTuber, I would do purely crafting hand cams and I would watch that 100%. It's a little bit. I just want to like do like a craft, like a handicraft thing, and then with like no explanation, just send it to one of the boys, right? In the mail. It's difficult. There's a lot of reasons why you can't do it, but it would. I just want to see their reaction, right? And I want them to do a stream where they open it on stream. It'd be like a 10-minute stream where they're like, I have an unmarked box and I was not told what was in it. Let's just open it and see what the heck is in it, right? Do it. The first one that I wanted to do was a lump of pure gold that I removed from scrapped computers, but I've kind of stalled on that content. A jar of angry bees. Could you imagine? It's like mailed to them, right? And all the bees are dead. So like a jar of angry bees turns into a jar of dead bees, right? You could crochet tea coasters. I've done them. Ooh. That sounds like a good thing that I could start with and then get like gradually more cursed, right? ASMR stream of you just reading out the Dewey Decimal numbers in their corresponding Library of Congress numbers. Who would watch that? Thank you, Senorita McChalkers. Who would watch that? That actually sounds nice. What if Morph does crocheting and it's called Morph Lacroche? It's called hooking. No. Morph Lacroche's hooking ain't easy, right? Think about that. I would totally get bonked for that. If I titled the stream Morph Lacroche's hooking ain't easy, I would get bonked. Like they would change that title. My manager would go into my YouTube creator area dashboard and like change it. Let him cook. Let him cook. Taco, thank you very much for the super chat. Unrelated, but have you tried using your other expressions? I think it'd be pretty cute to see scared old-faced man on playing fear. I've had different boys tried to teach me how to easily change my expression, and it never takes. It just never takes. The same way that I should be using these cool little like stream assets that you give me. All right, you know what? I have to make a hard promise. Like I will use the art one for my art stream because this coming week, the membership stream is going to be an art stream. I just can't. I like something about my brain is just like I can't do new things. I settle into a routine and I just like hammer that routine, right? Blush. Can we get a blush please? Okay. I don't know which. This is the anxiety. I don't know which. I don't know how to blush. I don't know how to blush. Is it this one? Is it this one? I can't tell. I'm dead inside. Okay. There you go. I did my best. You know what? I'm happy. I'm happy with 2 hours. I think 2 hours should be my minimum. Unless I'm like actually injured, I think 2 hours will be my minimum. All right. No blood running through my veins. I don't know what you're talking about, Jax. I have no idea what you're talking about. Laura, thank you for being a bachelor member for 5 months. On my way to make crochet patterns for all the Tempest mascots. Let's go. I'm sure they would love it. Sensui Food, thank you very much for being a member for 7 months. Crocheted Vesty is merch. Could you? I don't think you can mass produce crochet products, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know enough about the topic. Is it possible to? You can't, right? There's no way, right? Hire a lot of grandmas? No. Crochet kits might be neat. That might be kind of cool. We've already finalized a draft for new merch. And it's not a brick. It's not a brick. And I worked closely with my manager, and it was something that they were like, cool, I like this. Like they were not like, yeah. I was a good. It's not always me being mean to my manager or trolling my manager. I asked for the brick. It was like, it's probably too heavy. And I was like, okay, I didn't fight. I was just like, okay, cool. But I want the brick. Strarf Aoi, thank you very much for the super chat. Hey, I'm Master Vesper. I saw a game last night look very much like you. Female version of you called Hunt the Night. You're awesome. Thank you. I've never heard of that game. I'll try to check it out. Crochet a vesty and vesty, maybe morph for advanced crochet. Right? Morph has got like the skinny little legs. I don't know if you can crochet that. Thank you, Ranger, for the super chat. How am I gonna build my house now? Instructions on how to personalize and DIY our own Vesprix. So my manager tried really hard to meet me halfway with the brick content. They were like, yeah, like the Vesty seems to really like the brick concept. So maybe we could do something like a pencil case. A pencil case is like patterned and it looks like a brick. And I was like, yeah, but you can't throw a pencil case through a window, right? And they were like, what? And I was like, nothing. Not with that attitude. Consarn it. If you put an actual... Okay, now... No, man. We're all playing checkers, and then Archdark is playing 4D chess. Look at this. You can if you put an actual brick inside the brick pencil case. Now you're cooking. I have an idea for a bit now. I have a genius idea for a bit. I challenge someone to a duel with a balloon. You know, like a balloon animal, like a balloon whatever, like a balloon craft, right? I challenge someone to a duel with a balloon craft spear, and they come in with like a balloon craft like helmet, Viking helmet, and balloon craft spear, not sword, right? They're like, all right, let's duel. And then I pop my balloon craft spear, and there's an actual spear inside of it. Think about it. And they're like, what? And then like, that's the end of the bit. Like the video like smash cuts out, right? Samurai Man, thank you very much for the super chat. Hey Vesper, I loved your Outer Wilds and Oberdin playthrough. If you want a detective-like game, The Case of the Golden Idol? Case of the Golden Idol. I think I've heard that. Somebody recommended that. Is it, I think, was it made by somebody? Was it made by a developer that we've hung out with? Case of the Golden Idol. Golden Idol. That game is amazing. It's short but real good. The other dude is Dez. That would be like a good turnaround, right? He pops the balloon helmet and he's got like a Glock. And it's just like it settles very gently on his head, right? Parry this, you filthy casual. LeFish, thank you very much for the super chat. We can fill the pencil case with concrete. Oh. Interesting, interesting. Matthew, thank you very much for the super chat. Just commission someone to make you LARP boffers, and then you can duel your guildmate. Guildmates. Remember to end them rightly. You can flex your HEMA training. There we go. Deal it yourself, brick. Let's go. A pencil case big enough to fit the brick. A brick case. That's the thing. That's the thing. I think a real pencil case could be like one dimension of a brick, but then it's flat, right? The pencil case would be like, if you look at it from the top, that's like roughly the shape of a brick, but then you turn it on its side three-dimensionally and it's like less than an inch thick, right? So yeah. Lucas Pope, the creator of Oberdin, the Return of the Oberdin, actually praised Golden Idol too. Interesting, interesting. Add some more degrees of freedom to the brick. We need 30 degrees of freedom. 30 degrees of freedom minimum. What if you do a Vesper pen and one of those old school hard pencil cases is a brick? Ooh. That might be a good idea. Yeah, the spear is definitely like... They're like, yeah, no weapons. No knives, no nothing. No weapons. It's just like, okay, all right, okay, all right, okay, all right. All right, okay. Just saying, a teapot. Have you played Hitman? A teapot can make a baller weapon, right? You zoom in on the head and then you throw a teapot. It's a non-lethal weapon, right? And then you could drag the person that you teapotted into the next room and then throw them into like a broom closet, right? How about a sharp umbrella? The tactical teapot maneuver. Exactly. What if I make it legal? All right. Cold Canadian, teach me how you would make it legal. Can I talk about something that I rewatched? And I was like, probably shouldn't have said that. Probably shouldn't have said that. I rewatched my Soma VOD. And then the bit where like, because you start Soma in Toronto or something, right? And then the rest of the game, I was just like, man, Canada's like way different than I thought it would be. And like, it's the Soma world. It's like, I probably shouldn't have made that joke. Probably shouldn't have done that. Why? Because I do think it could be construed as me like dunking on like a place, right? And I shouldn't do that. As a Canadian, it's accurate. All right, I get it. I think like a lot of the Vesties, you guys have a really good sense of humor and you're willing to take things with like good humor, right? But like, come on, there's like a non-zero number of people. Like you could imagine like somebody out there that would just like hear that and just be like, that's not cool, right? Right? It was mean-spirited. The vibe that I was going for is like I'm like a clueless old man, right? I'm like a Mr. Magoo. I think that's the goal that I was going for with that bit. Do you guys remember Mr. Magoo? He's like a short-sighted old man and he has no idea where he is. And he's in mortal peril and he thinks he's going for like milk and a newspaper at the local, like, right? I was channeling like Mr. Magoo vibes throughout the Soma playthrough. Yeah. Ah, they meant to say that it wasn't mean-spirited. Yeah. I don't think he's blind. Isn't he just like very short-sighted? Because I think he does a bit where he puts on his glasses or something and he can see. Just dunking on your arch enemy's hometown? I see nothing wrong there. I mean, I would rather just hide, right? I would rather just hide. The way that I see it is like, you know the scene in Lord of the Rings where they're hiding underneath like the root of a tree? That's me. I'm the Hobbit. And the other party is a ring wraith, right? Yeah. It's a great scene, right? Oh man. I'm happy. I'm happy. I felt a little bit... No! No! No. Gramps, I didn't remember that I used to watch Mr. Magoo until you said it. Now I feel all the weight of my 30+ years. Get in there. You're with me. There was apparently a live-action Mr. Magoo movie. Apparently a live-action Mr. Magoo movie. I've never seen that. Oh! Another thing that I wanted to bring up. So, thus far, when we've been watching movies, I've only shown you movies that I've seen, right? I want to switch it up. And next time we do a watch along, I want to watch a movie that I've never watched. I want to watch a movie that I've never watched. And then it's like, essentially like you're watching me react to something, right? Community post, yeah. We could brainstorm here in the last 5 to 10 minutes of our stream, right? Squid Coyote, I love your name. I love your name. Thank you for the super chat. It's okay, most people don't really know about Canada. I bet no one outside has even seen their crosswalk signs. Look up that jaunty fellow. Hold on a second. I still have the lol pair up on my... That was... It's like a jump scare lol pair, right? Hold on. Canada crosswalk sign. Canadian crosswalk sign. It just looks like a normal one. It just looks like a normal one. Oh, he's got a hat? Wait, I don't see the one with the hat. I don't see the hat. Could I talk about the weirdest sign that I've ever seen? While like, cause you know, you guys know that I bike across the country. The weirdest sign that I ever saw. It was like the standardized like street sign, but it was way too specific. It's like somebody custom made this sign for this like hazard, right? It was the exact color, it was the exact shape of like a road warning sign. You know, the yellow like warning sign, right? It didn't say anything. It was a picture of the stick figure on a bicycle falling off the bicycle off a bridge. And it was in the middle of the country. I can't tell you exactly where it is, but it was like smack in the middle of the country. And I guess like there's like a bike lane, but like people fell off that bridge regularly or something. And it's like there's like a dip, right? There's like a dip at the end of the bridge. And like if you hit it too quickly with your bike, like your wheel would get stuck in the dip and you would fly off the bike. And the way that the bridge was set up, it's like a curving bridge. You would just fall off the bridge. I remember like I saw it and then I like double taked and then I got off my bike and then I walked back and I looked at the sign and I was like, what is this sign trying to convey? What is it? And the thing that like made it crazy is that it was a permanent fixture. It was made out of like metal and it was like bolted onto a pole, which means like somebody didn't just put it up like temporarily, and it was like created. It was like custom made for that. Like, it was like, what? Yeah. Anyway, Kafka on the Shore, thank you very much for the super chat. Good morning, good morning. There's a danger, watch for falling cow sign between Bakersfield and Lake Isabella, California, right? It's even better when they're like, why don't they fix the path? Because that would require a functioning government. Oh, that's too far. We're going to move on. Anyway. Pantstacular, thank you very much for the super chat. Hi, Vesper. I'm at an anime con dressed as you. Hope things are going well. That's still like wild to me. Thank you very much for cosplaying me. Dressing up as me and going to a con. Thank you. I hope you have a good time. Stay safe, all right? Stay safe. Nobody snitch. Don't get stabbed. Okay. Let's talk about movies. The next movie that you want to do for a watch along that I have not watched before. As a VTuber, do you still have time to read? Avocado Mint. I don't have time to. I caught up on manga like 3 weeks ago, and I have not read since. I haven't read a new book. Well, I have a new book that I'm reading, Parable of the Sower. I'm not done with that yet. I'm about halfway done with it. I just don't have enough time. Yeah. And then on top of that, I have 2 things that I need to record, right? I have to prioritize doing the music recording first. Yeah. Important. I have seen Kung Fu Hustle. I love it. It's a good movie. LaFish, thank you very much for the super chat. Young me and my friend used to joust using bicycles and broom handles with boxing gloves on the end. We had to end it since we once hit each other on the triangle of the chest. Oh my. Okay. How would I cheat at bicycle jousting? Let me think about it. I would choose the ground, and then it has to be a very, very subtle grade slope, right? No. I would choose the ground. I would go there the night before with like, you know what I'm talking about? Like with one of those things on tripods, and it lets you like figure out how level the ground is. I would figure out which side was uphill and then start on that side and give myself an intangible but critical edge when it came to building up momentum, right? Right? Think about it. It's like me out there at like 3 a.m. with the hard hat and that like tripod level tool. And it's like, I see. There's a 0.2% grade difference going this way. And that is the direction that I will be coming from. Isn't that kind of unfair? Sorta, yeah. Just get a slightly longer lens, but not so long that they can tell. Brilliant. Well, but the thing is, like, with the length, if they call BS and then like they put them next to each other. If they put them next to each other, right? Like they can tell, right? But my method is like so subtle, you could just pretend that you didn't know, right? You could just be like, I had no idea. It's like, then why did you want to go on this side so badly? It's like, I don't know, I'm just superstitious. I just had a feeling, right? I just had a feeling. And then if they do like find out, right, that like it is like sloping down, I'd be like, well, what do you want me to do? I can't control the Earth. I can't control, like, the topography of the Earth. I just got lucky, right? Maybe next time you'll be lucky, right? I'm just a little guy. Come on. Right? Not with that attitude. Watch War in the Pocket. It's an OVA from the 80s, from the main Gundam line, but you don't really need to watch anything to understand. It's peak Kino. Lenny, how long is it? How long is it? Tell me more. I'm intrigued. I don't know enough about, like, old school Gundam lore. Unironically, 99% of duels are like this. 6 episodes? Oh. How long is each episode? $22 minutes? How long is each episode? 25 minutes? Then that might be right up my alley. There's one last thing that I need to clear. There's one last thing that I need to clear. Is there a legal way for me to stream it? Where would I go about streaming it? War in the Pocket. I will not. Yeah. Blu-ray? Crunchyroll? Is it on Crunchyroll? Funimation? Crunchyroll? Funimation? I will buy an account. I will upgrade my Crunchyroll Funimation account to do it. Live chart says no. Dang it. I apologize. I believe you that, like, I want to get into Gundam lore because Axel actually has, like, pretty encyclopedic knowledge of, like, the old school stuff, and I want to be able to, like, chat with him about it, but I can't. I'm like a scrub when it comes to that kind of stuff. I want my crochet brick, old man. Which of Mercury is the new Gundam? Did you watch Unicorn? I did. I like Unicorn. Unicorn is not old school though, right? It's like the opposite of old school, right? I wanna go for, like, the old school stuff, so I could, like, chat about it. Not yet. G Gundam. Unicorn is still UC? Yeah. Promare. That's Trigger, right? I haven't watched Promare yet. Should we do a Promare watch along? What do you think? I love Trigger. I have not watched Promare yet. Is there a legal way to watch Promare? Can I is it, like, on a streaming platform? Yo, Ranger. Thank you for the super chat. For movie suggestions, I rewatched The Book of Life, a movie about a guy wanting to follow his love for music instead of bullfighting. Interesting. Crunchyroll? Wait, hold on a second. Isn't it Paramore? Paramore? Paramore. Or Paramore. Is that the right way to say it? Yo! Yaz! Die Buster's so good. Wait, Trigger? Is Die Buster from Trigger? I thought Die Buster was from Gainax, right? It's Gainax, right? Well, Trigger is Gainax, yeah. It's the same, like, people, right? Promare. I just say Promare. Got it. Okay. Should we do Promare? What do you guys think? It's on Prime? Okay. I can legally watch it. We're good. Let's do Promare. Any vetoes? Any hard, like, no. It seems like universally, like, if not loved, like, universally, yeah, it's good, right? It's, like, universally pretty dang good, right? I think I watched it 4 times. It's a good time. Okay, you know what? This coming week, I'm doing an R stream. The week after, I'll do Promare, all right? And it's a movie that I've never seen before. I don't know anything about it. I think I know vaguely what the characters look like. There's one guy that's got like a later era like Yu-Gi-Oh style like bowl cut that flares out and it's like light green, right? There's like a character that's got like a bowl cut and it like flares out. I like vaguely know what it looks like, but I've never seen it. Dude! Little Witch might be my favorite like trigger media. Something about Little Witch is just like, is good. Kill la Kill was good too, but I think Little Witch is my favorite like trigger piece, right? I kickstarted Little Witch, so good. List, incredibly based. Oh man, Little Witch. But I've already seen it. Yeah, Sushi! Sushi, like the mushroom girl. This is my favorite one. The mushroom girl was my favorite. Kind of like a Des-like character, right? Kind of a Des-like character. Oh, Panty and Stocking is really good too. Panty and Stocking was also like experimental, right? Like the animation style. It was like furikuri like. That was cool. I like that. Okay, but we're watching Promare, right? That's like locked in. We are definitely watching Promare 2 weeks from now, unless I have issues finding a way to stream it, right? Yeah. That's locked. Let's try to do mostly movies that I haven't watched. Cause I do like that. I think my brand is like grandchildren watch grandpa play their favorite game and dunk on him, or grandchildren watch grandpa watch their favorite movie and dunk on him for not understanding what it's about, right? That's like kind of my brand. I'm just like the grandpa and like you show me the things that you like and I'm like enthusiastic, but I have no idea like what it is, right? I have no idea what it is, but I'm enthusiastic. Chowton, thank you very much for the super chat. Hey Vesper, have you ever read Ascendance of a Bookworm? I don't think I have. It's one of a better isekai for a fantasy world building and otherworld politic, starring a girl obsessed with books who will topple the world just to read one. Huh. Isekai fantasy. Isekai fantasy. So is it a light novel or is it a manga? You said read. Have you ever read Ascendance of a Bookworm? Which means it's either a manga or a novel. Light novel. It's both? Both? So should I read? I just don't have enough time, man. Actually... Actually, my manager was just like, you've been working hard, Ves. Nobody would blame you if you took like a couple days off. But I was like, no. I'm sticking to the schedule because I was just like gone for like long stretches, like at the end of last year, right? I'm not gonna take a break. Like I'm gonna stay on schedule for 1 full year, and then when it loops back around to January, I will probably take like a week off in January. But I do want to like stick to it. No, Haruhi. No. I'm gonna stick to my schedule until January of next year, and then I will give myself like a week break. All right. Right. Don't worry about it. But I think when I take that break, when that break is coming up, I might be like, all right, recommend me all of your manga, all of your anime, all of that stuff. And then I'll just like cram it into I'm just gonna like, it's like, I'm gonna go into like a bomb shelter and just like read. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not gonna do anything. Or even better yet, I'll go backpacking for a week. I'll go out into the wild and just I might have to get like a tablet. I might have to get like an iPad or something, and then like upload everything legally, of course. Legally upload all of the visual novels, not visual novels, light novels, and manga and anime, and then just like watch it. Burnout is gonna loom over you. Nah, don't worry about it. Let's just do a One Piece watch along. It'll be a quick 30 minutes in and out. Yo, Read or Die OVA. Read or Die OVA. God, that opening was so cool. Oh, man. Oh, the OVA. What was my favorite part of that? What's my favorite part of that? Yeah, that does take me back. It really does. I think my favorite part might have been in episode 1. When she makes an airplane and it looks like a paper airplane, but it flies like a fighter jet, right? Do you remember that? It even makes the noise of like a fighter jet, but it looks like a paper airplane. That was so cool. And that scene had my favorite thing where like the guy tries to shoot the paper and then she blocks with paper, and the animation of the bullet hitting the paper was so cool. Like the sound effect and the animation of that was just so, and that's when you realize, oh, she acts and sounds like a goober, but she's actually cracked, right? That was where you're just like, uh-oh, like, is she actually a raid boss? Oh man, Read or Die OVA was so good. Arnolfo Mendez, thank you very much for the super chat. How about a manga light novel club that can be read legally? Yeah, something like that, right? I'm thinking, yo, that's not a joke. Yomiko Reedman, right? That's her name. Might be like one of my favorite anime characters. She's like up there. Might be up there. Yeah, might be up there. This live sounds like nerd discussion. We kind of are. Okay. We locked down the blind watch through for the watch along next week. I think I've gone a little bit over 2 hours. I'm pretty satisfied. I'm happy. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for chatting. We're gonna call it. Are any of the boys streaming? Yo, Azoken. I've watched Azoken and it's like damn good. It's like goated. Azoken was really good. I went into it thinking that it would be like Shirobako, but it like is good. In my personal opinion, it's better than Shirobako. Is he still streaming? Can I level with you? I was almost late starting the stream because I was watching Axel play Rust for like 40 minutes. And I was like, oh shit, I need to be streaming too. I was watching him dunk on RPR. And I was like, oh, RPR is in that server? What? All right, let's go and say howdy to Axel. Yeah. But anyways, I've watched Azoken and I like it a lot. It's really good. Okay, I'm gonna set up that redirect, and yeah, good stuff. I made it. I think if I only did a 1 hour stream, I would have felt bad. In my mind, I would have been like, come on, Ves, pull it together. Give him two, but I gave you guys 2, so like, I'm very happy with myself. Okay, say hi to Axel for me. As always, behave, and take care. Yeah, I gotta rest the vocal cords, the throat. I'm gonna make more honey tea, and I'm gonna rest. Okay, take care, thank you, goodbye. Take care, everybody, goodbye, take care.